Hey folks, welcome back. Just Curious UK here. So one thing I had been looking into, I thought let's check up on this, and it's the very commonly used map that flat earthers like to use, which is the Gleason's map. So I thought, well, let's look into this a little bit further and look at the patent information and see exactly what this was originally meant for. Because as you know, flat earthers, first rule of Flerf is flat earthers' evidence tends to debunk them. So let's have a little look and see what it says. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, comment down below, and share this out to your friends and family and anybody who's a flat earther who might need the real truth and get the information about what they've been toting this whole time. So I decided to have a little look at the flat earth map that flat earthers like to use the most. So here it is, flat earthers' favorite map, the Gleason's new standard map of the world on projection of J.S. Christopher. Wonder what that is. On projection. On projection, it says. Projection of what? What could it be projecting? Let's look at another example. On this one it says item information, title Gleason's new standard map of the world on the projection of J.S. Christopher, Modern College, Blackheath, England, scientifically and practically correct as it is. New standard map of the world. But what is the projection? What is the projection? Yep, there it is. You'll certainly see it. It says right on the top there. On projection. Gee, there seems to be something else on the top left-hand corner there. What does that say? Let's have a closer look. What does it say up there? Longitude and time calculator. Wow, well maybe this isn't an actual accurate representation of the world. Wow, longitude and time calculator. I have an idea. Let's look and see what the patent information when this was first brought out and patented back in the 1800s and see what was actually put into the records. Starting at the top, Alexander filed this patent back in 1893 when it was granted. But gee, in the description of the patent, it actually says, highlighted here, time chart. Time chart. Pause when I read the rest, but I highlighted a part saying, have invented a new and improved time chart of which the following is a specification. Here it says, my invention is reference to certain mechanical devices and geographical illustrations to be used on a flat circular map of the world. Here it says latitudes and longitudes corresponding to the latitudes and longitudes of all the first class geographical globe maps or charts of the world. Geographical globe charts of the world. Seems to me the Gleason's time chart is actually based off a globe. Globe. It says the map is not so extorted as to not lose the relative latitude and longitude of any place on the land or the sea, but retains all latitudes and longitudes of places agreeing with all other authors, and as the proper relations of countries and continents all stand in the relative positions to each other, they thus are impressed upon the minds of the students. The extortion of the map from that of the globe constitutes mainly of straightening out the meridian lines, allowing each to retain the original value from Greenwich, the equator, and the two poles. I claim as my invention the combination with a time chart of a circular dial encompassing the circular map, a disc or a dial graduated and divided into to indicate longitude and time, sometimes on a meridian line or interventing lines. And here you can see Alexander Gleason puts his name to it, and there's two witnesses. So as you can see from the documentation from the actual patent that was filed back in 1893, this was never actually a globe or map of the Earth. Essentially it was a latitude and time calculator that you're supposed to put arms on, like a clock, like this, but with a globe on it, to teach people about world times, the world time zones. Teach children and some adults. And that's exactly what Alexander Gleason's longitude and time calculator is. It's not a map of the world. Never was intended to be a map of the world. It was to teach people about time zones around the world and to know, ooh, if it's 12 o'clock in New York, what time is it in London? Here's our map. Let's check it out. Here's our time calculator. Ooh, look, you can see. How many hours behind are they? That's what it's always intended for. It's not a map of the world. It's not a projection of the world. It's a projection of a time calculator. It's a clock. It's a fancy clock. Hey, Flerfs, okay? That's not an accurate map of the world at all. Okay, we live on a globe. It is the sun and moon are not local. Gravity is real. It does exist, and there is no magical dome above our Earth. It's all fantasy, and that's all it is. So it's time to get out of the little fantasy, back to reality with the rest of us, and let's actually start getting on with other things and more important than is the globe, is the Earth flat or round? Because all the evidence points to the fact that Earth is a spheroid. We are orbiting around the sun, and our solar system is orbiting around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Oh dear, so in the end, the map that 99% of the flat earthers are using, which is Gleason's map, is actually a projection of the globe. It is nothing more than just a time calculator to help teach children and other people that may not quite get the concept about time zones. But, as you can clearly see there, since it's based on the globe, time zones do work on the globe perfectly fine, considering we set them. And Gleason's map is nothing but a projection of the globe, spherical Earth that we live on. And Alexander Gleason knew this. So flat earthers, this whole time that you've been thinking that it proves the flat Earth, or you think it proves the measurements, you've been using a globe to try to prove this. The flat Earth doesn't exist, never has, never will. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me for more videos. Click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll look to see you again. And remember, people, stay curious. Thanks for watching.